Once upon a time in ancient Ireland, there was a very spoiled man called Eochu.
You wasteful creature, I've had enough. Be gone from my sight, you foolish youth. Your gambling, excessive drinking, and wild parties, all bought with my money, has gone far enough. I want you and your men out of my sight by the morning. You're banished from this kingdom. Do you hear? Go, and good riddance to you.
What did your father say?
We heard shouting. Was he cross? Very. My father's kicked me out. I'm banished. But that's okay. I know a few places that will put us up. Follow me.
Eochu and his men rode from town to town looking for shelter. They knocked on every door, but nobody would let them stay the night, as bad stories of Eochu and his friends always got to the doors before them. Finally, Eochu called on his uncle King Angus, who took pity on Eochu and allowed him to stay in his castle. Eochu's happiness there was to be very short.
Now this is more like it. Hey lads, I wonder if my father's worried about us.
King Angus had word from King Clare about his son's banishment for bad behaviour, so when he overheard Eochu mocking and laughing at his father, he became very annoyed.
How dare you mock and shame your kind father's name in my house? I now know all the horrid stories about you are true. So what? You can't make us leave, old man. We're here to stay until we decide to leave.
King Angus had heard and seen enough. It was time to teach Eochu a lesson. The next day came with a shock for Eochu. In the night, King Angus had ordered his men to kill all of Eochu's horses. As Eochu and his men stood in amazement, King Angus reached inside his cloak. He pulled out a jar filled with water. Inside the jar was a tiny seahorse.
This will be your transportation from now on.
There was a flash of light and a puff of smoke. Then the seahorse started to grow. It didn't stop growing until it was twice the size of an elephant. Then King Angus said to Eochu,
You will leave here immediately with what you have in your bags. Run beside the horse with your women and children in the saddle. Never let the horse rest. If you do, it will die and you will suffer a similar fate.
Eochu and his outlaws journeyed for many days without stopping to rest. Keeping up with the horse made them very, very tired. Eventually, Eochu's stubbornness caused him to disobey his uncle's warning.
I'm fed up with this. We rest here and now. Pitch the tents.
The next day, when Eochu came out of his tent, he could not believe what he saw. The horse looked as if it was melting. It was actually turning into water. The water became a lake around Eochu's camp. There was nothing that anybody could do to stop it. King Angus watched as Eochu and all his camp became submerged in the deep water. He again took pity on Eochu and sent his fairy friends to give Eochu and his people gills so they could live and breathe under the water. Time passed and the community under the water learned to live in their new surroundings. Eochu was now king of the loch. The loch we now know as Lough Neagh.
The next sound we're going to do is the horse.
Nee.